Hi, good evening. Welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we're back, and oh boy, are we back? Are we ever back? We're back full in at the deep end. We have house number 20 is going on. It's going on quite well. We are doing the best we can with the funds that we have. And one of the exciting things that's happened today is that we had an old friend, Darrel, came over from Cebu. We went down and met him at the port of Itafi and brought him home. But first of all, before we did that, he particularly wanted to go and see Michael. Now, Michael is a diabetic boy that which is what I'm referring to when I say we were back in at the deep end, because it does seem like a case which has little hope. Well, I say that based on ordinary medical solutions or resolutions, whichever way you want to put it, cures. Darrel has come with a slightly new look at it, and he particularly wanted to meet Michael and to see what his condition was himself. Now, you'll be seeing a video of that, and you'll be seeing that fairly soon. Probably tomorrow we should get that uploaded. Well, it's one thing to see these things on your computer screen. That's one thing. It's another to actually see how the people that we're trying to help live. And that was one of the things that we tried to do today, was to make sure that you got a full reality on, well, for instance, the house that Michael lives in. Simple would not handle it. That would not. That would be definitely an inaccurate way to do it, to describe it. So we did pan around with the camera, and we made sure that you understood exactly where he lives, what his conditions are, and what the family dynamic is. You know, there's lots and lots of children, all gorgeous kids, and they all came to listen into the video recording and lend a little bit of help in there as well. The bottom line is that it does seem like, as far as Darrel's concerned, something can be done. Now, my own way of going about helping is, I like to think that if I'm teaching anything, it is teaching kindness and caring by example. And so we go around, and as you know, as I've stated many times, we don't judge the worth of someone. Is it worth helping that person? We don't do that. We don't judge whether they are helping themselves. We don't do any of that. We look at, very simply, does that person need help? And as a result of looking, we then try to decide whether a video by us would get some help. And that's what we've been doing. Well, we looked at Michael when he came and asked us for help, and we thought maybe there is something that we can do, and the story has unfolded from there. Darrel's idea is that he has been on a particular diet which is mainly consuming fat, no carbohydrates. Now we have a video planned, a video interview with Darrel, and we're going to talk in detail at length about what this diet means, because it's not just about losing a few inches off your waist or your hips or anything like that. It's about actually trying to become healthier. And if you're not healthy already, then you may want to have a look at this video, because we'll be making that probably tomorrow, and I'm hoping that that we can make it so that Darrel is easily understood and heard. Believe it or not, there are people who have a lower volume to their voice than I do. Yeah, doesn't it? Did I hear somebody laughing? Oh, no, no, you can't do that, can you? He speaks very low volume, and so we're going to have to work this out so that it may well come across as talking heads, like my head and his head, and we'll be talking about this diet that he has been doing, that he has been on, and the benefits that he's seen, and the results of the research that he's done. If you've seen Darrel before, you'll know that he is an extremely thorough mind. He has an extremely thorough mindset when it comes to finding out what he needs to know about given information. He was a man who worked in industry, and he was a first aid expert, and he'll tell you more about what he used to do and what his credentials are. That's the bottom line about what we're planning to do, and you will hear about that fairly soon. Now, there's just one thing that before I close on this I wanted to say, and that is when I have to say that when I saw Darrel, I was almost speechless. Sometimes I'm very, very happy that Beth is there, and Beth has just that little bit more control and is not quite so overwhelmed emotionally by the severity of some of the things that we see. We have seen some stuff that is hard to take. Now, so obviously when we posted the video, and it's obvious that that I'm doing one of my getting upset by what I see, not remaining objective trips. Somebody else said, who was shocked by the condition of Michael, and said, doesn't anybody give a shit about this? Doesn't anybody give a about anything? And I wanted to address that because it's really not fair. It's not fair to make that assumption. There's an assumption that nobody does care by asking that question like that. Now, the subscriber who asked that question was very upset about what he saw, and we are too. So if I answer his question as a question rather than just a rhetorical thing, I say that yes, there are people who care. Filipinos cared about each other. Filipinos cared about each other a great deal more than probably most nations in the world. They are, if not more so, family oriented. They are at least as family oriented as the most family based nation in the world. That's what I would say. They care about each other a great deal. So yes, somebody does care, and Beth and I, as we've said many times, are just two people doing what we can with what we have, and what we have mainly is not our own personal wealth, it's what we are entrusted with to help in the way that we feel that we can with our boots on the ground here. So here's a little exercise, here's a little challenge. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, and the computer's not going to self-destruct after I've read this, so relax. But your mission, should you choose to accept it, is in the same way that this man has said, doesn't anybody care? In other words, this is a shameful thing. This is a disgraceful. This shouldn't be. And nobody seems to be caring. Here's the challenge. Go out in your neighborhood, in the place where you are located, the streets that you walk the most often, the pubs that you go to, the bars that you go to, the restaurants you go to, the places you visit, the parks you go to, anywhere, your area. Go out and search out and find something that really shouldn't be allowed. Something that is a disgrace to your community, where somebody, a little bit like Michael, if not as much, really needs some help. And once you've found that, that's you. Give that help. You. Do something about it yourself, in whatever way you feel capable of doing. If it's going out, buying somebody a McDonald's, patting them on the back, sending them home with a "somebody cares," that's great. If it means visiting somebody, you know, there's a lot of old people there who lost their partners and would love to hear from someone in a caring voice coming out of a caring face. So go out, find something to do that needs to be done, and do it. That's all that Beth and I ever tried to do. We found something that needed to be done, and we did it. And we motivated those people around us to help. We got a team together of people who were willing to do something. And we made it happen. We're just two ordinary people, you know. We're not anything special. So don't be thinking that, well, I can't do that. Don't be thinking that at all. You may just be able to lift somebody out of the doldrums, to tell someone that they're more able than they think, to tell someone that life is going to get better. And in doing so, you will reap wonderful rewards. I promise you that. And let us know what you did. Let us know how it worked. Tell us. This is a channel that likes to hear good news. Tell us some good news. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in. Bye.